Welcome to your show and congratulations on your recent double nomination at the 25 Under 25 award for both 2020 and 2021.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Well, I was acknowledged alongside other young individuals doing awesome in the media industry. And the funniest part is, I've always looked at myself as being the winner all the time. So I had prepared a script of speech
Interesting.
on the stage. Like I already pictured myself as a winner. So I already dropped that on my phone and it says, okay, so I just imagine myself, okay, I'm on the stage and I've been handed the award. I'm like, okay, I just have a serious look. I'm like, thank you very much for this award.
His expression for me.
Like I was just like, okay, I didn't win this award because I am the best in the industry. I won because people believe so much to have voted for me in the first place. And I'll just proceed to say thank you very much. And I just off the stage. This is my moment. Come on.
You know, one amazing thing is there are more awards coming forward to you. Just we are looking forward to more awards, and more celebration. So permit me to call you D. Dedayo is an amazing person. Is my boss. Is multi-talented. Is the founder of Gist and Trills, formerly known as the Teens Daytime Network Show. Is a graphic designer, web developer, fashion designer, and now added to the list an author. Impressive. Congratulations, D.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So how do you feel being seated on that seat and not here?
Well, sometimes you just have to give other people the opportunity you've had, and sometimes it helps them get better at what they do. And later on in life, of course, they are good people. They will reference you back and say, because you did this for me at this period, now I'm here now. So sometimes you just have to do it. However, sometimes I did this one as well. I can't interview myself.
Yes, you can't. Okay, to the next question. I learned that this is your first book.
Yes.
So at what period did you discover that you could write and publish this book?
The journey to me discovering that I could write started when I was with Mr. Charles Bruce. I lived with him for 1 year plus. So, and I normally would go with him to the studio, and then before starting the show, he's going to script down some things before starting his show. So he would do that while I stand by his side here, because I'm the one doing some other things. But then he wants me to be able to do those things, and then generating scripts was the beginning, and afterwards he delved into writing down my thoughts. And then I feel that was when I felt okay. I went through my materials and I feel like I could anybody could write a book. I'm telling you, anybody could write a book. Anybody can do it.
You know, one interesting thing about the book is your illustration and expression were very realistic. It was so complex that I was moved. It was, you showed us your complete part, the pastor part, the mentoring part, and the part where you were very, very encouraging, which is really, really amazing. So let's go to the part where you discover your talent and gift. How did you discover your talent and gift?
Well, discovering my talent and gifts is a long story, because at some point in my life I was just doing anything. Like I could just, I'm thinking of, I want to become this, I want to become that. It's more like you're surfing the net, you're surfing the internet, you're finding out, you're trying to understand, you're trying to find out what you're good at. You try this and you feel like, and then you stop and then you try some other thing. So I was once at that stage at some point in my life, but afterwards I discovered that I stick to one thing, because there's always one thing you always stick that you stick with. Even when you say you're doing something else or something, there's always one thing you're still good at, that you always love to do. Like, so this media thing is like a passion. Apart from me becoming a fashion, I can kill to do
the passion was there.
Yes, the passion was there. The passion is very, very there. Like, it's very there.
So how do we assess those talents and gifts in our mail? Because I am so curious. I kept on checking my mails and I haven't seen anything.
Okay, so starting with defining gift. Your gift is what you're born with, something you're naturally good at that you don't have to learn or you have to pay someone to teach you. That is your gift. And talking about your talent is something you have to pay for, and then you are good at it, and then people start paying you money for that. You get. Now diving into Mr. Charles Bruce is, and the benefit of the relationship I had with him was he exposed me to knowing how to relate with someone. Just imagine this guy coming from the slum who knows nothing. I know nothing. So at that period, he took me in, and then he started putting me through all those things that I need to know that would matter to me, that would matter to my future. And mentorship is part of it. Saying thank you. I mean, knowing the courtesy of having to talk to someone in some specific way without making sure the person is annoyed when you are talking. So majority of those things are what he mentored me with while I was with him. What Mr. Charles Bruce helped me with while I was with him was he taught me how to draft a script. You want to shoot a show, just like we're starting, we have a script. Okay, well, it's more like a guideline of what you want to do. So when you start, you're not parapolating, you know exactly what you need to do. He also, another interesting part is he paid for my audio editing class.
Whoa.
He also he had promised me that okay, he was going to pay for the audio and then the video, and then I was doing the audio, and then all of a sudden that was when he passed on after my audio class, and then the video I couldn't do it. Then later on I was able to do it myself, and there is no way I'll get to in this life, and especially I need to be specific now. Each time I step into any shopping mall, Uncle Charles pops up in my head. Because he was the first person to be there. And then the experience with his family there was amazing. And there's no how I sit down sometimes, I think about my life and I look at everything that I'm doing and I won't remember Uncle Charles. His thought will always come up in my head, I'm Uncle Charles Bruce. And in my mind, I'll be like, Uncle Charles Bruce, man, God bless you. This guy is not dead to me. He's late. But he's still alive. He's still alive. To me, he's not dead. Like I call his name, I call him without putting the date in front anyway. So I'm talking about my gift and my talent. My gift is being creative, and my talent, I have many talents. I'm an author. I'm a fashion designer. What else am I? I'm a video editor.
Yeah.
I'm a voiceover artist.
Graphic designer too.
so for me, what makes my talent special is I'm able to apply the creative side of me with my talent. So if you hire Dedayo now and tell Dedayo to do something, of course you get the creative side of me on it. So that's I think that's more like special part of my own gift and my talent. So I could use both in together like that. And I'm talking about how I met Mr. Charles Bruce was he left Inspiration FM. That was like 2.3, and then he was he went to another station, and which is Rhythm FM 93.7, and then he wanted to communicate to his followers online that okay, trying to pass them the information of what is going on. So he posted the long write-up online. So I saw the write-up. I was like, okay, when someone sees this write-up now, going through his write-up, so it was very lengthy. That's my point. So I saw the write-up and I summed it up and okay, just put the write-up in design. So I just did a small graphic design for him. And then I sent it to him and then he called me up. And the excitement in my face that day when he called me was massive. Like,
wait, let me quickly ask you, do you know him or you've been following him?
The truth is, my sister used to listen to him on radio, sharing life issues with Charles B. Okay. And then, I'm just this troublesome guy who goes in and go out. And I play much. So my sister is indoor. She listens to the radio. Because me, I go out and come inside. I go out and come. And then, my sister just got me glued to him. So I started listening to him at that period. So, I when you start listening to someone, the eagerness to connect to them. And then I went online and I searched him on Facebook, had him as friends. And that was when I saw the write-up. And then I did the whole.
So now let's move to the part where you shared communication with God and relationship with God, which is very important for you to go and advance in life. You have to have a good relationship with your Creator, and you also talk about faith. that God speak to us. So now the question is, how do I know that my faith is shallow? How do I know? Is there an assurance that He hears me when I pray?
If you've built a relationship with God, the mindset of you doubting if God heard you or not won't be active. And adding this one, when you talk to God, you've naturally seized control of the enemy's ability to control your life. And because God has the ability to do anything, when you talk, an automatic response from God is triggered. It then drops you a message, but it's now up to you to discover the frequency used to communicate to you, whatever it is it did, you know. And hear me closely. If you've built this relationship with God from scratch, prior to the period you begin to have issues, none of God's message will walk past you by.
There are moments in the book, that's why I say the book, it's a complex book, an amazing book, that I thoroughly enjoyed the story and the concept. So you showed us the different part of you, the preaching part, that's the pastor part, the mentoring part, and the part where you were eager to mentor and to encourage those at the slum, irrespective of whatever background they come from. And so this is what comes to mind. How do you feel meeting the late Charles Bruce, and going back to the slum? I'm sure there were a lot of mixed feeling at that time.
My feeling when I was going back, I feel fulfilled. On my way back, you know, you're still on the road, and I remember taking a bus on my way back to my regular territory. So on the road, you're feeling fulfilled that, okay, don't worry. And then you get home, and then you just look at your environment, and then you're like, so during the few days I came back, I was down, and I'll tell you why. I missed the comfort. I missed the waking up in the morning, and then you already have a meal to eat. There's no stress.
That's full enjoyment.
I'm telling you, I don't wake up in the morning and 8 o'clock I'm on the road. How dare me try that? No. So because the show is the show on the radio starts around 5:30 to about 7 in the evening. So I'm at home all day. So I'm at home chilling, and I think it's the comfort that made the whole thing happen, that I was so feeling down. I think that was it. No, it took me some time to realize that God took me to that place to go and learn something, and I learned those things, and then it made me come back to where I used to be, to implement what I've been taught while I was there. So the experience after my encounter with Mr. Charles Bruce, when I got back, my decision is to make a change. Like, what am I going to use what I've been taught to do, if not to inspire other people to get better? I don't even think I should bring this in any way. But growing up in Islam puts you in a box. It puts you in a box whereby, because you grew up unprivileged, your parents are not wealthy enough to send you to a school that could help discover your strength and your weaknesses, that could at least communicate, okay, this is what you're likely to become, this is what you would be good at. I mean, because all that don't happen in there, I feel like, okay, how do I use what I've been taught to just give back?
There's something big you're working on around this book. Tell us what that is.
Yes, so we are turning each chapter of the book to a music album.
Whoa.
Yes. So that's currently on chapter 2 already. So we're turning each chapter to lyrics. So that is becoming a music album version. We're working on that project right
great. Now. Please don't forget to feature me in one of those songs. So you'll be reading a chapter from your book.
Yes.
What chapter will you be reading for us after the break?
The first chapter, of course. The Gmail concept.
the Gmail concept. I love
Yes.
that chapter.
Yeah.